Selling your home is one of the biggest financial decisions most people will ever make. And if we're honest, it can feel a little overwhelming. There are so many moving parts, and the truth is, small mistakes can add up to big costs. That's why we put this together for you today. We want to walk you through 7 of the most common mistakes sellers make so you can avoid them, feel more confident, and put yourself in the best position to have a smooth and successful sale. And before we jump in, we want you to know this. If you're even thinking about selling, we'd love to talk with you. Just give us a call or send a quick text to 417 439 7721. That's our direct line, and we'd be happy to answer questions through your home with you and create a personalized plan for success. Before we dive into the details, let's say this up front. We've worked with hundreds of sellers here in our local market, and we've seen what works and what doesn't. Every situation is unique. Every home is unique, but these 7 mistakes come up again and again. By avoiding them, you'll already be ahead of the majority of sellers out there. And of course, our job is to help guide you, create a strategy tailored to your property, and walk you step by step through the process. All right, let's get into it. The first mistake that many sellers make is overpricing the home. It's understandable, right? You've put in time, money, and love into your property, and it's natural to want to get as much as possible out of it. But here's what often happens when a home is priced too high. Buyers notice. They've been looking at houses online, sometimes for months, and they can tell when something feels overpriced compared to others in the same neighborhood. The danger is that the buyers skip right past your listing. They don't even come and see it. And that lack of early activity is a killer. You see, the first 2 or 3 weeks on the market are the most critical. That's when your home is fresh, exciting, and at the top of people's search results. If it's priced correctly, you create urgency. Buyers come quickly, and in the best cases, multiple offers can drive the price up. But if the price is too high, the home just sits. The longer it sits, the more buyers start to wonder, what's wrong with it? Why hasn't it sold yet? Even if you eventually drop the price, now you're playing catch up and the buyers sense weakness. We always tell our clients pricing is a strategy, not just a number. It's not about what you want to get, it's about what the market is willing to bear and how to position your home to create competition. When we sit down with you, we'll walk through the data, recent comparable sales, neighborhood trends, current competition, and we'll build a pricing strategy together. Our goal isn't to underprice your home. Our goal is to position it correctly so that the market response pushes you to the best outcome. So, mistake number one is overpricing. Let's avoid that. Mistake number two is skipping repairs or ignoring deferred maintenance. We all live in our homes in a way that feels normal. Maybe there's a door that sticks, a faucet that drips, or a patch of paint that's a little scuffed. We think, oh, it's no big deal. But here's the thing, buyers notice. And when buyers notice little things, they can assume that there's bigger things hidden. It can create doubt. Now, we're not saying you need to do a full remodel, but handling small repairs before going on the market can make a huge difference. Think about it this way. Every repair you ignore is going to show up one of two places. It's either going to show up in the buyer's first impression when they tour your home, or it's going to show up on the inspection report. Either way, it becomes leverage for the buyer to ask for more concessions, more repairs, or even a price reduction. A fresh coat of paint, fixing a leaky faucet, tightening a loose handrail, those things cost very little, but they show buyers that the home has been cared for. And that care builds trust. When a buyer feels confident that a home has been maintained, they're willing to move forward more quickly and with less hesitation. On the other hand, when they see a laundry list of little issues, they start to wonder what else they'll find. We always encourage sellers to do a walkthrough of their home with fresh eyes. Or even better, let us do a pre-listing walkthrough with you. We'll point out the easy fixes that will give you the biggest return. And remember, spending a few $100s now could easily save you thousands during negotiations later. So that's mistake number two, skipping repairs. Let's move on to mistake number three, which is poor staging and presentation. In today's market, first impressions aren't just made at the front door, they're made online. Buyers are scrolling through Zillow, Realtor.com, and social media. And you know what they're doing? They're swiping left or right, just like a dating app. If the photos don't grab them, they're gone. They don't even take the next step. That's why staging and presentation are so critical. And we're not just talking about renting a warehouse full of designer furniture. Staging can be as simple as decluttering, rearranging the furniture to maximize space, adding fresh flowers, or brightening a room with a lamp. The goal is to highlight the home's best features and help buyers imagine themselves living there. One of the easiest ways to stage is actually to remove things, clear off the counters, take down those overly personal photos, store away excess furniture. A clean, neutral space photographs better, shows better, and feels bigger. And don't forget curb appeal. The front yard, the porch, even the way the front door looks, those are all parts of first impression. On our team, we bring in professional photography and, when appropriate, video and drone footage. Why? Because we know how much it matters. Homes with professional photos and good staging consistently sell faster and for more money than homes without. It's not an expense, it's an investment. So, mistake number three is poor staging and presentation. Now, mistake number four is limiting showings. This one is tough because we understand that selling your home while you're still living in it can be inconvenient. You've got work, kids, pets, life is happening. But here's the truth. If buyers can't get in to see your home when it fits their schedule, they'll move on to the next one. Think about it from the buyer's perspective. They're searching online, they find three homes they like, and they have one afternoon off to go see them. If yours is not available in that window, guess what? They'll go see the other two, and they may never circle back to yours. The more accessible your home is, the more traffic you'll get. And the more traffic equals opportunities for offers. We know it's not always to have your home show ready at a moment's notice, but this is a short term inconvenience for a long term gain. In fact, the more showings you allow, the faster you're likely to sell, which means you can move on with your life sooner. We'll work with you to set up a showing schedule that balances convenience with accessibility. Sometimes it's as simple as setting up a short window of notice, maybe 2 hours, and keeping the home as tidy as possible during the selling period. The key is flexibility. So, mistake number four is limiting showings. Mistake number five is ignoring online marketing. And honestly, this one's huge. Nearly every buyer starts their search online today. It doesn't matter if they're scrolling listings at midnight in their pajamas or looking at videos during the lunch break. The online presence of your home is the first showing. This means professional photos aren't optional, they're required. But we go beyond that. We use video walkthroughs and targeted social media campaigns that put your home in front of as many qualified buyers as possible. If your home isn't showing up online in the right way, you're invisible to the majority of the market. Think about how you shop for something big, car, an appliance, even a vacation rental. You want lots of pictures, clear descriptions, and reviews. Buyers expect the same for homes. When we market a property, we want to tell its story. We highlight the features that make it unique, the lifestyle that comes with it, and we make sure it reaches people where they're looking. Ignoring online marketing is like throwing a party and forgetting to send invitations. You might have the best house on the block, but if no one knows about it, you're not going to get the results you want. So, mistake number five is ignoring online marketing. Mistake number six is getting emotional in negotiations. Now, this one is completely understandable. Your home isn't just a house, it's where you've made memories, raised your family, celebrated milestones. Of course, it's emotional. But here's the challenge: buyers don't see your home the way you do. To them, it's a property, and they're trying to get the best deal they can. When sellers let emotions take over during negotiations, it often leads to poor decisions. Maybe they reject a fair offer because it feels too low, or they get offended by a repair request, or they dig in their heels over something small. The result, deals fall apart, and weeks or months of effort are wasted. That's where having a professional in your corner matters. Our job is to keep you focused on the big picture, your net outcome, and your long term goals. We handle the back and forth, we present the facts, and we help you evaluate what really matters. Sometimes that means letting go of a minor issue in order to secure the overall deal. Other times it means standing firm on something critical. The key is making those decisions based on strategy, not emotion. Remember, negotiation is not about winning or losing. It's about finding the right balance so both sides feel good enough to move forward. By staying calm, objective, and strategic, you maximize your chances of success. So, mistake number six is getting emotional in negotiations. And finally, mistake number seven, choosing the wrong agent. Now, we don't just say this because we're in the business. We say it because who you work with truly matters. Not all agents are created equal. Some put a sign in the yard, snap a few photos, and wait. Others, like us, have a proven process, a full marketing strategy, and the experience to guide you through every twist and turn. The right agent will not only help you avoid the six mistakes we've already talked about, they'll also proactively put you in the best position to succeed. That means pricing the home strategically, advising on repairs and staging, making sure your online presence shines, managing showings efficiently, and negotiating strongly on your behalf. We believe that selling a home isn't just about getting it done, it's about getting it done right. It's about maximizing your outcome, minimizing your stress, and making the process as smooth as possible. When you choose an agent, you're choosing a partner. Make sure it's somebody with experience, the resources, and the commitment to put your goals first. So, mistake number seven, choosing the wrong agent. So, let's quickly recap. The seven mistakes sellers should avoid are overpricing the home, skipping repairs, poor staging your presentation, limiting showings, ignoring online marketing, getting emotional in negotiations, and choosing the wrong agent. If you avoid these seven mistakes, you'll already be ahead of the majority of sellers in today's market. And if you work with us, we'll make sure you don't just avoid mistakes, we'll help you actively create the best possible strategy to sell your home. So here's our call to action. If you're thinking about selling your home in the Joplin area, reach out to us. Let's have a conversation. Let's walk through your property and let's create a plan together. You can text or call us at any time at 417 439 7721. We'd love to meet you, learn more about your goals, and help you move forward with confidence. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful. With the right preparation, the right strategy, and the right team by your side, it can actually be exciting and a rewarding experience. We're here to make that happen. Until next time, make an amazing day.